Hey everybody, today we're talking about Northwind optimization, which sounds funny because the only thing we can optimize is this stupid fucking slider here for 2-year-olds because it's Roblox. But, obviously optimization rests on the hands of the devs, right? They're the ones who have to work all this stuff out. And so what we're going to do is getting into stuff on our end we can do to improve the quality of our Northwind gaming experience, stuff like gamma and FPS boosters and all that. For starters, I will touch on this real quick. When it comes to graphics quality, I like to set it to 0 to 1 when it comes to dueling, which will max out my frame rate. I'll set it to 7 when I'm doing anything regular in game, because when it's at 7, the sun doesn't have this obnoxious glare effect. Anything above 7, the sun is actual cancer to look at, and so I usually keep it at 7, because 7 gives you the max render distance without essentially burning your eyes with the stupid sunlight. I don't like 10 because 10 lags you to hell and back. And if you want to check your frame rate, hold Control Shift F5. There you go. There's your frame rate. Now let's talk about all the other weird stuff, the morally gray stuff. All right. So first off, we've got FPS unlockers. Now these, I don't think the Roblox devs really care about at all, but they can help with your frame rate. They will boost your frame rate. I have heard that early on, Bifron, which is the new Roblox anti-cheat, flagged FPS unlockers, and so use them at your own risk. I don't personally use one, but the people that do obviously get a lot more frames than I do. So if you're in the mood, that could be worth checking out, and I don't think there's anything in Northwind that states an FPS unlocker is, against the rules. I've never seen any rules against FPS unlockers. But again, use them at your own risk, because I have heard that Bifron has gone back and forth on whether or not these are allowed on Roblox, and shit that hasn't, or shouldn't have been flagged, has been flagged, and vice versa. So, again, use at your own risk. The next big one is boosting your computer's gamma or brightness, whatever you want to call it, to see in the dark. Now, the traditional way of doing this, you turn on a lantern or you turn on a torch. Everyone does this. This also makes you very, 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 very obvious. You're a little, you're a little fucking, you're a little beacon in the mine shaft, and PvPers are drawn to you like moths to a flame. Literally, you've got a fucking flame right here. So that is pretty unsafe for most miners and most people who are down there to get a shit ton of resources. And so what people have been doing for ages is simply boosting their gamma. So if we hit our Windows key here, we type in gamma, calibrate display color. We spam our enter key, we max this out. You won't see it on my end, but I will. Right now it looks like I'm staring into the fucking sun. I've maxed out my gamma. Very simple. Very easy to do for any Windows user. Just spam enter there. You've reset it. So that is an option for you guys. Obviously, Mac users and all the other stuff, Linux, what have you, whatever operating system you're running on, you might have a different way to do it. For me, I just type gamma into that search bar and mess with it. I'm sure there's an easy way to do it. I don't do it that way. So gamma, to my knowledge, is largely okay in terms of dev team shenanigans. Back in the Lazarus days, I believe Lazarus compared it to custom crosshairs, which we'll talk about next. But I don't think gamma is against the rules, at least any of the rules I've read. If it is, I'll put a note in the video saying it, and I might just take the fucking video down, because then I'd literally be encouraging people to break rules. So that's that one. And then the final big one I want to talk about is custom crosshairs. Now this one is definitely the most iffy of the three. I'm pretty sure it's not allowed. I know for a fact it's not allowed in the Northwind Discord to post images of your, custom crosshair. The reason people use them is because bows in specific are pixel accurate. If you shoot a bow, it's always going to land in the same place, assuming you never move your cursor and you never move your little ADS reticle. It's always going to land, the arrow's always going to land in the same exact place. Same with a crossbow. Guns have spread, to my knowledge. Bows do not have any spread, though. So bows are pixel accurate. If you have a custom crosshair, it makes them a whole lot easier to aim. Now, I don't know if custom crosshairs are allowed. I'd err on they're not. But at the same time, I believe the devs have admitted they don't have an enforcement mechanism to stop custom crosshair uses. That being said, they do ban for it on the Discord, to my knowledge. So I wouldn't run a custom crosshair personally. I don't need one because it's a pussy bitch thing to do. You have a fucking reticle, use it, you lazy cunt. But in general, they are an option. Not that I would ever do it. I'm pretty sure they'd be bannable if there was a way to make them bannable. And so those are the big ways people optimize their, like, Northwind experience. The big one I do, obviously, is setting my graphics quality to 7 and boosting my gamma anytime I need to see in the dark. But there's also, FPS unlockers and the dreaded custom crosshairs. And yeah, I don't recommend the latter, but that is, technically speaking, a thing people do to boost their player experience. So yeah, thanks for tuning into this short little video. There's going to be more content to come in the coming weeks. Bye now.